Police are at the ready in Melbourne this morning, outside the Weapons Convention, which was a scene of absolute chaos yesterday. Protesters have vowed to return for a second day. Georgie Dickerson is there for us today. Georgie, have the protesters followed through with that threat so far?
Good morning, Pete. Not yet. They all are going to be gathering at Southern Cross Station. They said that they would begin from 8 a.m, but we are yet to see anyone here just yet. We'll take a look at the street behind us. It's around 800 metres up the road is where Southern Cross Station is. They'll then walk up here on Spencer Street and then try to come through here on the Clarendon Street Bridge. This is where the protests erupted yesterday. This is where we saw around 6 lines of police force pushing people back as protesters tried to make their way towards one of the entrances at the convention centre where that military weapons expo is being held. But so far it's calm here. There's a lot of police gathering. There's horses that have been coming out from inside, and we've already got a huge array of police here behind me ready to go. They're prepared. They've blocked off this area unlike they did yesterday, so that hopefully these protesters can stay further back. But the Police Commissioner has slammed the actions of the protesters, while the Victorian Police Association has issued a stark warning to protesters today.
I want to say how appalled I am at the conduct of a large amount of the protesters. They come here to protest against anti-war, so presumably anti-violence. The only way I can describe them is a bunch of hypocrites.
Stay home. Don't come. Look, you disgraced yourself yesterday. You're a disgrace to yourself and to any cause that you might have been representing. Stay home. Try and redeem yourself by that simple action today. But if you do feel intent to come, do what everybody else in the Australian community does. We make our point peacefully.
Organisers were hoping for 25,000 protesters yesterday, but they only had around 1,500 people turn out for these protests. Of the 1,500, 42 protesters were arrested. A number of them will face court in the coming weeks. They were charged with a number of offences, including obstructing and assaulting police, as well as arson. We saw a lot of bins being filled and lit on fire and pushed towards police, as well as crates being pushed against horses and mulch and feces actually thrown at police. So it was pretty chaotic scenes here yesterday. 27 of those officers who were brought in were injured during that. They had to receive medical treatment as a result. And we saw in those pictures, the protesters weren't letting back. They were throwing whatever they could get their hands on at our officers, who were just trying to protect civilians here in Melbourne. The opposition leader, John Pizzuto, spoke a short time ago on the violence these protests.
This is highly despicable conduct, and more needs to be done to stamp this out. There's room in our democracy for debate and civil disagreement, but there's no room, none at all, for this kind of appalling behaviour.
So, Pete, it's still remaining calm here in Melbourne for now, but we'll bring you any updates this morning as they come to hand.
OK, we'll check in with you soon. Appreciate that, Georgie.